Hello, welcome to Turn-Based Besties, a podcast where two grown adults, that's Russian, two grown adults with no free times talk about their favorite RPGs. I am, how you say, DJ.
And I'm Sam, and we're besties that love to game. I thought you
And
were being Dracula. I was like, this is
no,
not this is not the Halloween episode yet.
no, I know. I tried to sound French, and immediately I was like, no, that's kind of Slavic and
It was
Russian.
Dracula.
It was Dracula.
It
Whoa!
was giving Dracula.
It's giving
So
bloodsucker.
so save that
Yeah.
and we'll do that for our Halloween episode.
Ooh, spooky skeleton. What? It's kind of spooky today, still a little bit.
It could be spooky. Something that's not spooky. Jay was he was bringing up there's different classes they offer in Jay's like daycare preschool thing,
Yeah.
and so he came back for a couple weeks asking us most days. He was like, "Can I do the tippy toes class?" And he wants to do the
Ooh,
tippy toes class, which is the little kid dance class. So they've got
yeah.
like he does the soccer one, he does the sports one, and then he's like, I want to do the tippy toes class. So he's in tippy toes doing the tippy toes dance class,
Ah,
and and he was telling us all the people doing it with him, and I'm almost positive it's only the little girls in his class. He's gonna rock it,
yeah, of
and he's
course.
gonna do awesome. And well, this isn't good for an audio medium, but we asked him what he did, what his dance was today, and he just goes like does like a C shape, like moves his arm
Oh,
over to the side, almost like a I don't know ballerina type thing. I guess
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know
yeah, yeah.
dance,
No. The
but
C shape. That people will get that.
they will get it. Okay,
Yeah.
but anyway, it was very cute. It was great, but he's super excited. So he's gonna rock it. He's gonna be a tippy toes master.
Yeah, he is. He's gonna be a dancer. Honestly, I feel like
He's pretty
ma-
agile. He could do it.
male dancers, kind of like anybody who plays like the bass clarinet. There's are so few of them still that like that's like automatic scholarship for school. So like
Okay, well, let's do that.
yeah.
Well, very good. Yeah, now I got ideas. But Kay, though, that makes me think she says no to everything.
Yeah.
No. She's that age. That happens, right?
Yeah.
But when Kay says yes, it's not a yes verbally. It is a huge, full range of motion nod, slow nod with mouth agape, and it's great. It is just as far as your neck can go, slow motion. That is the yes, and it cracks me up
So
every single time.
she is your wife.
Is that what Taylor? Yeah, kind of. That works.
Uh-huh.
Shout out Tay. Shout out Tay.
Shout out Tay.
And then you had mentioned so Tay sent this to you this picture that In brought up and showed for her class. Is that right? You were sent that?
So funny. It was so funny. I showed it to Max and we were like cry laughing.
So not to be outdone, we got it. We talked about Kay, we talked about Jay. Let's talk about In. So In is my 6-year old. In is in first grade. In is learning math. In was supposed to write out a math problem and with like everyday items or things or objects or something. And In decided to write, I have 4 cats. I get one more cat. I now have 5 cats.
Except what I have it pulled up right here. It's so funny. What it literally says is I have 4 cats. I get one more is 5.
It's not wrong. It is 5.
And then she has 4 cat heads plus one more cat head is 5.
She draws a lot of cats. And she does them now with, I don't know where she learned this, with like a cutesy, like cartoony giant eye that's got like a gleam on it.
Yeah,
She draws it with the gleam. I don't know where she got that, but it's pretty hilarious.
is 5.
Is 5. So is 5 cats. Please, for the love of God,
Please.
I do not want to have is 5 cats in our house.
I hope. It's a
No.
freaking dream.
No. But
Uh,
so you've had is 5 more than is 5 students that you've been taking care of. Is that what I see?
yeah. So this week I feel like a fucking zombie. Because in addition to my regular 30 private students that I have a friend who is one more week of maternity leave before she
Mm.
has to go back to work, and she's teaching at a university. So I am zooming all 17 of her university
Ooh.
students this week, just adding them to my schedule, not telling any of my students I can't teach them. It is peak me to
Oh my
just go ahead and
gosh.
add almost 20 more people this week. So I'm,
In 1 week. And those
in
are all like
hour
30 to an
lessons.
hour?
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
So I am, and I've joked
Lordy.
about this before too. I don't teach before 10.
Okay.
The trade-off is I work a little bit later than most folks. Like my
Uh-huh.
job is not done by 5. I will teach until 7 usually, kind of a
Uh-huh.
thing. But this week I've been getting up so I can start teaching at 8.
Wow.
And I know for a lot of people they're like, that's just 8 o'clock. That still means I'm teaching until 7 though.
That's a long day. I mean, you don't have a break really in there either.
I don't. I don't. I've had to ask people if I can, for some of these students, if I can like cut their lesson 5 minutes short here and there so I can pee
Eat food.
or eat food or take my dog out, kind of a thing.
You
I
should just take them on a walk with Thor and have him sing while you walk.
Oh, that would be fun for me and not beneficial for their education. But I love that idea so much. So yeah, I feel like a zombie. I'm tired. Will it keep me from going to sleep? No, I'm still gonna stay up until an inappropriate amount of time. So it's all my fault.
Okay, okay. Well,
It's on
that's
me.
great. You're kind of explaining though. Today we're going to be talking about to jump to the punchline here. We're going to be convincing DJ to play Clair Obscur Expedition 33, a
Yes.
masterful, wonderful, beautiful game that you keep saying you're going to play, and I keep wondering why, and I have to think that 17 extra students is part of that reason.
Yeah, I mean, I hate the excuse like I'm busy because shut up, bitch. We're all busy. We're It's true. We are all busy. We prioritize the things we want to prioritize at the end of the day. Do you know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean. Are you talking to yourself right now?
I'm talking to yeah, but to but to like everyone out there.
This is true. Give us a pep talk.
I am busy, but it's not an excuse. Everyone's busy.
Okay. So to go back on excuses, even though you don't give excuses, what are the other reasons that you might have had difficulty getting to Clair Obscur Expedition 33, other than that you happened to play Lunar in like three other games before this?
Cool. So, I recognize your sass and I return you a middle finger. And no, so
Audio format, they can't see it.
yeah,
You got
well,
nothing.
everyone gets that vibe still. Yeah. So I played smaller, more bite-sized games, and I know the argument
Mm.
to that is, well, Clair Obscur is not that long. It's like under 40 hours
For the main story. Yeah.
for the main story, right? Yeah. Um,
Probably under 30 for the main story.
oh, really? Nice. No, not for you and I. You and I tend to take a little bit longer with
We
games.
slow.
We a little slow. We're old. No, I mean, like, literally, I have not prioritized it because my summer has hardly been a summer. I have been really fortunate to have a lot of performing opportunities.
Yeah.
And, like, these bite sized games that I've been playing in place of them are things that I'll play for, like, an hour and then be done for the day. And Clair Obscur, I get the feeling, is not really a game you play for 45 minutes to an hour and then you're done. I feel like it requires maybe a 2.5, 3 hour session at a time.
I wouldn't say requires. That might be better. I definitely did a bunch of 45-minute segments, but I can understand where you're coming from. Yeah.
Yeah, the one other thing, okay, I will tell you also, and this is just like me being honest with human bias here. Now that I haven't played it, and you and so many other people and game people have hyped it up so much, I played the prologue, yes, but you don't really get a whole lot from that. I am a little bit worried there will be like a lot of recency bias with like what all the big hype, and that it's going to be a great game, but I'm afraid it may not match the hype from everyone, and now I'm a little nervous about that.
Yeah, expectations, are very high. So that totally works. It's not going to always meet that, and I do think that's a hard barrier when everybody's been hyping a game. So hopefully we don't have that. And this is a convince you to play. However, I'm rather confident you're going to play it, but I'm
Oh
going to
yeah,
try to treat this as a convince you to play like now, like so
like
soon,
now,
like in the
right?
next week, you're going to be
So
like, I got
soon.
to play this.
Here's the thing. I'm playing one small game right now, which we'll talk at the end of the episode, that I think is like a 10-hour game, and as soon as that's done, I have nothing else because I'm not gonna start tactics or trails 5 days before we leave for Japan,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
true.
So my goal is to next week play Clair Obscur. So you've already convinced me, but um, tell me more why I should play it.
Sure. Well, real quick though, we'll go positive on your end. What are you excited about? Things that you've heard, things that you know, or things that you've thought about. What are you excited about the game
Oh, I'm
when you
excited to
inevitably play it?
hear more of the music, to see more of these amazing graphics. I'm excited for the gameplay. The button pressing timing thing doesn't freak me out or anything, you
Okay,
know.
good, good.
It's not my number one favorite thing to do. But it doesn't freak me out or anything. Plus it's an indie game. Well, it's a double A game, right? And at the end of the day, we want to support those developers. I already bought the game anyway, right? So I'm already supporting them.
There you go.
But
Okay, good.
yeah, you want to continue to hype up these non AAA developers, which are becoming more and more common.
Yeah. Okay, well, great. Well, let's hop in. Let's talk about it.
Let's
So,
do it.
what do we know? What more are the specifics on Clair Obscur Expedition 33? Let me get it right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is a beautiful, modern, 3D, but still turn-based RPG. Some are
Yeah.
saying JRPG, but I mean, this game was made by a French team, French developers, but they kind of tried to, it was an homage to JRPGs. It was everything they love about JRPGs. And
Yeah,
so
yeah. I
it
think
has that feel, it has that vibe.
I think JRPG no longer means also made in Japan. You know, I just think it's a vibe.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely has that vibe. It's again beautiful. I think it was Unreal Engine 5 that they used to make this. Very different from most of our games, which are retro, pixel art, can be run on a
A
I don't know,
potato.
old, yeah, exactly, an old Nokia phone or something. This was a new game though, but we're not on the bleeding edge here. But it was April 24th of 2025 of this year that it was released, so just a few months back.
Yeah.
And it's on kind of the newer systems: PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, Windows, Steam. So this new developer, Sandfall Interactive, it's
Yeah.
their first release, their first game. I believe it's only 33 people. Is there a link there too to Expedition 33?
Ooh.
Possibly so. They are a French based. I think a lot of them came from Ubisoft. They were Ubisoft developers and programmers and moved over. And then let's see here. It's an exciting group though. They have a lot of energy. They have a lot of fun thoughts and ideas. And yeah, so I'm excited to get future games from them too.
Yeah.
Publisher Kepler Interactive, and then one of the main people on this Sandfall Interactive, the developers, is this. Please give me his name. He's a designer, writer, developer.
Do you want to try it first?
I don't. I've already
Okay,
forgotten what you
that's
said it
okay.
was.
It's a Guillaume Broche.
Guillaume Broche. Guillaume Broche.
Yeah,
Okay.
means William. His name's William.
Then just say William.
Well, it's
I'm
in
just
French.
But okay, so that's some of the backstory. A few other points, since I'm trying to convince you to play. I know you already bought it, but just humor me. So it is relatively cheap for the quality you're getting here. Okay,
Hmm.
so it's not a $70 game. I think it's originally 50 on Xbox and PlayStation, so a little bit cheaper than most of these games for the quality. Also on Game Pass. So if somebody has Game Pass, you've got it included. So go and find it. Go download it right now. And then I just saw today when I was looking it up on Steam, it looks like it is 44% off right now, which brings it down to 32.58, which rounds up to drumroll
33.
33. Look at
33.
that. So relatively cheaper though for the quality again. Because I think this is a quality game as the scores show. RPG fan 99 out of 100,
Nice.
Famitsu 36 out of 40, IGN 9 out of 10, Metacritic 93 out of 100, reviewer score and user score of I saw 9.6 and 9.7. For a
Nice.
while, I think it had like the highest Metacritic user score. I think that was going on for a while, and it might have fallen out of that spot.
Cool.
I think, my personal thoughts. I haven't played every single game out there. I would place my bets on this winning game of the year, but I could be wrong. We shall see.
Ooh, I could totally see that though.
I think it will. I guess I'm trying to think what the other games are, but that's my thought. I think this game will win.
It'll definitely win like
Um,
JRPG of the year
It'll
for
definitely
sure,
win
right?
RPG of the year. It might win soundtrack of the year. It's already up for some nominations for soundtrack somewhere. But yeah, so super quality game. All right, what is this game about though? The story is set in Lumiere, which is a dark dystopian, almost kind of like an alternative history form of Paris in the Belle Epoque. Is that how it is? Is that how you
Yeah,
say?
yeah, belly poke.
Okay, so that Belle Epoque era, it's complete with a warped, kind of bent over Eiffel Tower. In Lumiere, there was an event called the Fracture that separated the group that you follow, these individuals you follow, from the kind of the mainland. Every year, individuals of a certain age are removed from existence in Lumiere. They just are killed off, basically. This event is called the gommage. The age of the people that is removed is determined by a number written on an ever-present monolith in the distance. And painted on this monolith, that number is painted on by a being dubbed the Paintress, the mysterious Paintress. So this number has started at 100. So everybody of 100 years or older, I guess, had perished, and then counts down by 1 year every single year.
Oh
So
wait,
basically,
question.
go ahead.
Is it like so when 33 it's everyone 33 and older?
Well,
Or is it
theoretically,
just
nobody is older at that point because they've already been killed in the prior gamages.
I guess no one can escape? I don't understand.
I'm pretty sure. I guess you could run the math on that, but I don't think anybody escapes it.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Because if you, yeah. Um, so basically, also, this is kind of a cool sci-fi dystopian thought process that I loved about it is that it completely affects the social dynamics. Everybody is 33 or younger. So do you and you don't have grandparents, you don't have elders really. You don't have do you have kids? Do you not have kids? Because when you die, how old will your kids be? Will they, and then what will they be left to and whatever else? And so it affects all aspects of life. And I thought that was a really interesting, just kind of thought experiment there. But so you are on Expedition 33. So that means there's been 67, oh, sorry, back up.
Yeah,
Every single year,
backing up.
every year, the inhabitants of Lumiere send out an expedition to attempt to kill the paintress. They're like, we got to stop this. And most often, this will be composed of people who are about to pass away in the Gamache. So some of the older individuals, they're going to give it one last try before they are Gamaged away. And so since it's Expedition 33, that means that it has been 67 failed years of these expeditions to try to kill the paintress. And you are part of that Expedition 33. So
Okay.
that, and you kind of knew that part. You said you've done the prologue, which
Yeah.
kind of walks you through the beginning and that story. And you know me, I'm not big into story, but I talked to every single person in that prologue. I went around and talked to every person. I wanted to know because there would be a backstory, there would be a reason. What are they doing? Are they children? How does that affect children in this situation? What are the people like that want to have kids and work, or what are the people that don't want to have kids thinking? It was cool.
It sounds like you really like stories, Sam. I guess you're just like really into stories now.
I don't know. We'll go check it out and see
I'm
what you
super
think.
into gameplay. I hate stories.
We have totally flipped. We have a body switching moment here. It's a Freaky Friday situation over here. But so yeah, the story is going to be told through how you talk to NPCs, those kind of things. Also through a lot of beautiful cutscenes, and then also through exploration. You will find. Sorry if this is light spoilers. You'll end up finding kind of logs from prior expeditions, so you can get information from prior expeditions, which I think is pretty cool.
Cool.
Visually, we said it's beautiful. It's amazing looking. It is Unreal Engine 5, and so again, not the retro pixel art that we're used to talking about here, but I would say it's a largely a dark color palette, but with bright accents, and that fits perfectly because Clair Obscur is apparently a term that means twilight and is an Italian term and maybe even a painting term that means the balance of light versus dark.
Yes. So
In a
we actually
painting.
have that term in singing as well, the chiaroscuro,
Mm.
which is balancing the lightness and the darkness of the voice.
Oh.
Yeah.
And is it the lightness and the darkness of a single voice, or does that mean of a choir and
Single
certain voices
voice.
are bright and certain voices are oh?
Single voice. It's a Italian, very bel canto
How is a
term.
one's voice dark and bright?
I, babe,
Is that a whole episode?
that's a whole episode.
Okay, we'll move on. But that's cool to know. And I'd also say that a lot of the imagery that you see could be a painting. You can just freeze frame it, and it's a beautiful painting. There's a lot of French imagery. You literally have,
Mimes.
mimes. Okay, sorry, I do. That it's so great. But you have a lot of, red and white and black and striped. With like um, the hat. What's the hat called? I should know the
Oh,
name of the hat.
a beret, a beret.
Oh yeah, of course I know that. I just lost all credibility for not knowing that. Um, Architecture is again based off kind of Paris. You can see the Eiffel Tower. It's warped. It's creepy. It's great. And then yeah, it's kind of dark and horror and creepy themes too,
I
especially
like
some of
creepy.
the baddies. So I think you'll get a little bit of that. You definitely get a little bit of that. Audio wise, oh man, the audio. There's a lot to talk about here. Lorien Testard This is the composer. The team literally found him off of SoundCloud. They just liked what he did. He was writing a song a week apparently and putting it up on his SoundCloud, and they found what he had, liked it, started talking, and he became the composer.
That's so cool.
It's so cool. Yeah. And this guy's talented. So he apparently I saw some interviews and he describes his work as melancholic. It brings some sadness, some nostalgia, but also an air of, you know, optimism and uplifting in there too. And I think that comes through. Inspirations were a lot of older games. He mentioned things like Near Automata, Near Replicant. I can definitely tell that with kind of the melancholic sadness aspects, but then also things like Ghibli and Zelda he brought in there. I would say there's a lot of variation. So certain tracks are kind of what you expect in an RPG, fast-paced orchestral pieces, bombastic, reminiscent of many RPGs. Others,
Hmm.
though, are a jazzy funk, sometimes kind of like yeah, a lot of the jazzy ones with a lot of saxophone.
Yeah, yeah,
There
yeah.
are also some heavy metal guitar ones, and then even weirder, at times the vocals are choir. A lot of times it's kind of a choir, but
Yeah.
then sometimes they throw in basically borderline screamo aspects, which fits okay, and I really like it.
I mean, that sounds really cool.
I think you'll like it. You just check it out, okay?
Okay.
Maybe if you do like it, maybe I'll get you the vinyl at some point.
Because Sam bought me video game vinyl records for my 40th birthday because he's the sweetest little co-pilot on this podcast ever.
Which was sweet, except I didn't realize that one of them was a pre-order of like the three albums I bought you. So that means they all don't ship until the pre-order comes in. So you have nothing.
That's okay. I have the thought, and that's really the thought that counts.
Eventually it'll show up and we've all forgotten that I got you that gift.
I know.
But okay. So I'm excited for you to hear the audio. I think that's a big selling point. I think you'll like it.
Yeah.
And I don't care if I'm overhyping it. I think you'll like it. So let's jump into what you apparently like more than me now, the gameplay.
I just love gameplay
Um,
more than anything.
so again, yeah, this is not a 2D. This is going to be a big 3D third person exploration game. There's an overworld, which is kind of cool. And your character will be a larger scale model in this overworld. So a person will be kind of, I don't know, like a third the height of a mountain or something, and almost toy-like in the overworld. Okay. And then you'll find a different location, and then you'll go into that. You're still in the 3D third person perspective, but it's normal aspect ratios. It's no longer toy-like. It's very hyper realistic. These are kind of like dungeons or
Mm-hmm.
smaller areas. So each have their own enemies, maybe several, secret bosses, maybe a boss at the end, some cutscenes. So a lot of the enemies are called these Nevrons, which are roaming the area.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, let's see here. Gameplay wise, it's not random battles. You see the baddies on the battlefield, so you will be able to attack them and be prepared. Okay.
Cool.
Lots of normal RPG elements. You level up with the XP points. You get some gear. Mostly it's just weapons. So the weapons have a
Oh,
lot to them, but most of the gear is just weapons.
cool.
Each weapon can be upgraded a bunch. You need these special chroma catalyst items to upgrade them, and then there's rarer forms of that to get it to the higher levels. Fine. At different levels, though,
Hmm.
for each of these weapons, it'll gain different buffs, which is pretty cool. So maybe it'll increase your chance to give a debuff or apply a debuff. Maybe it'll increase your crit rate at a certain upgrade level to the weapon. But actually, generally, the upgrades are very specific to each character. So each character has their own way they function, their own like move set,
Hmm.
which is very complex, and we don't necessarily have to get into it, but it's cool. Each character functions very differently, and they have their own like
They have
things,
their own like
fighting style.
they're their own. They are specific to the party. Like if you switch someone out, the composition will be drastically different then.
Will be drastically different. Each person is
Okay.
not going to be like, I'm going to build this person like a mage this time. I'm going to build this. No, they have their own kind of. You can build them differently. You can say, okay, I'm going to make this person do more electric attacks and try to use this one of their moves and lean into that. But it's not going to be like this person's no longer going to do magic. They're now going to hit with swords.
Hmm.
They kind of have their own move sets, which are very specific and have their own mechanisms, which is it takes some learning, but it's really cool how that works and how they
Great.
work together. And so a lot of times the weapons are specific to the play, or they all are always specific to the character, and so then the bonuses you gain are going to affect their specific battle style.
Cool. So just like a lot of specificity with the battle.
Very specific to the person.
Specific.
Let's see here. You also get kind of some skill points that you can dump into different stats, and there's a little bit that's important by which weapon you have. You
Okay.
also want to dump it into different stats because you'll get a better buff based on the weapon. So that's a little bit in the weeds, but you'll get it when you see it. It's not too hard. Normal abilities like defense, might, which is your attack, agility, speed, luck, vitality, all normal fare there. Don't get too bogged down. And then normal RPG stuff with the story too. So there'll be some decisions to be made. You're taking part in the conversation. You're kind of, you know, changing things up. I actually don't know how much the story could change,
Okay.
but definitely at the end there are. But I don't know that earlier on there's a whole lot the story would change.
That
I
was
don't think so.
kind of what I got, that for the most part the story's fairly streamlined.
Yeah, yeah. So maybe this is something you like, maybe this is not, because I don't think you're not going to get the bad ending by messing up. I feel
Great.
like you're always afraid of not getting the bad or afraid of getting the bad ending, correct?
Well, it's just like I don't want to spend 30 plus hours on a game and then it'd be like, sorry, you ended the world and you all died. Try again. If you
I do
just you
not think that's possible. Maybe
okay,
you could. Maybe you're good enough or bad enough that you could make that happen.
maybe I am. So, quick question. More this is more of a comment than a question. You
Oh
get
God.
six party members, and then three can be active in the battle.
I think those numbers, yeah, definitely three are active at each time, and I think six total sounds right. Yes.
Cool,
So
cool.
yes, I didn't want to bring that up because you don't like like you like bigger parties, but
Oh, I mean, whatever.
I'm gonna say there's so many things you're considering because each person has their own kind of mini game inside how you use their mechanics
Hmm.
that I think it feels like there's enough there. And then you
Sure.
still are able to talk to the other characters outside of battle and learn about them and advance them. So it still is a party of more people than three. So,
Cool.
okay. So as I mentioned, random battles.
Random.
Random. So non-random, it's the normal stuff like turn orders dictated by agility, speed, whatever else. You get to see it's a nice visual for your turn order.
Oh, I was
What
gonna ask, can you see the turn order?
you
Cool.
can, and certain abilities will give you, multiple turns in the game in a row later on. You have elemental attacks, but you don't get kind of a press turn system. If you hit an elemental or they absorb it, it really just um, affects how much damage you might do. It's not like a press turn system. It doesn't give you additional attacks or anything like that.
Cool.
You will build up a resource called AP or action points, and then that becomes kind of like a mana that allows you to use more powerful abilities that you have.
Cool.
And then you also have just a regular attack that will not use action point or AP, but you'll gain AP when you use your regular attack. And
Okay.
then there's something called free aim. So now we get to something a little bit different. So
Okay.
now for
So
something
so
a little bit different.
I am starting to get overwhelmed, so I need you to simplify this all for me so I don't think this is a overly complicated battle form.
Gotcha. Okay, so far I've said a lot of things and I've been talking a lot, and that's probably making it sound like a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But almost everything I said was stuff that you already know.
Yeah.
So gear is only a weapon. So
Here's only
forget there's
weapon.
it's only a weapon. It's like almost nothing. Okay. The other things that I mentioned about like stats, all normal stuff that you know about.
Yeah.
Non-random battles, great. All that
Great.
stuff so far that I mentioned, I talked for a long time, and I probably should have glazed over it because it's nothing new. Okay. And they ease you into kind of the abilities of each person, so you'll
Mm-hmm.
learn them just fine. And guess what? You
What?
could just stick. I stuck to like three, and so then I basically learned their systems, and then I didn't have to learn the other systems, and that makes it simpler.
Okay, cool.
But free aim is kind of cool. So free aim is literally what it sounds like. You'll have like a gun, or certain people have like straight up
Like,
power blasts, kind of like a storm or somebody might be able to do. But you will be able to free aim and shoot the enemy. And it's like, why would you want to do that? Why would you not just use your big attacks? Well, it's better against flying enemies. Flying enemies can kind of dodge almost any of your normal attacks.
oh,
So
okay.
if you need to free aim, hit them. So that's important for certain battles. You have to make sure you have buffed your free aim to take out the flying enemies, which is kind of cool.
Okay.
There are certain enemies that will have hit points that are glowing, and so if you hit those, it'll weaken them. So you might want to use the free aim at first to weaken them, and then you attack them.
Okay.
There are certain times you can apply buffs with it. You can apply burn and a mark that will like kind of like a hunter's mark in D&D. It'll give you additional
Yeah.
damage on the next hit.
Okay.
Um, and then, you maybe you want to use the free aim because you have a lot of extra free aim shots, and you want to take out somebody's shields, which, will absorb each individual hit. So that'll be helpful. So there's a lot of different things you can do. Or sometimes they have little floating orbs around the enemy, and if you hit the little floating orbs, it causes a lot more damage. So there's a
Cool.
lot of uses. They use this free aim in a lot of interesting, cool ways. So
Cool.
I thought that it was a great addition. Shields, some enemies can have shields. You might use your free aim to attack it. It's like you could do 1 million damage or you could do 1 damage and it'll just knock out one shield. So those can be kind of annoying, but it's kind of
Okay.
cool. We talked about AP abilities already. Gradient abilities exist, but they're basically like a limit break. So don't think of
Oh.
anything different. It's like a limit break, and you have a few special limit breaks you can use when you get enough gradient points.
Okay.
So that's kind of neat. Okay, so let's get into one of the more dicey issues with it, the timed button presses or the dodging and parrying mechanic.
Wait,
What
is
are
this
your
really
concerns
is
here?
this really dicey? Are some people kind of like genuinely turned off by the time button
I think
presses?
some people were. So you're not. Is that what you're telling me?
No, it's fine. If I think it's fine. I appreciate some of the games. This game doesn't do this currently. That can turn timed button press. Sorry, I just took like 72 years to finish that sentence. That can turn a timed button press, and essentially you can make that easier. Like you don't have to make the battles hard or easier or harder, but you can make the timed button press easier. Does that make sense? Like there's a difficulty option
I,
just for
I
the
think
time.
I think the difficulty option adjusts this a little bit,
Okay,
but I think it would probably bother some people because there's a lot of enemies that hit really hard, and I think even in the easier mode, and so it's kind of mandatory to be able to dodge to some degree. You can't just increase your defense enough that you don't ever have to dodge. You still got to dodge.
sure. I get that, and I understand the argument of honestly, some of that just sounds like difficulty padding at some point. Then it's like, cool, so I can wear the best armor, but if I don't time my hand-eye coordination, which is going to be different than other humans, then I'm going to be penalized.
That's why I
Not,
think some people would be annoyed by it.
it might get annoying sometimes, but it's probably also equally really rewarding
It is, and it's
when you
it's a
get it.
feel thing, and it was very frustrating in a few of my first battles, and then it's a feel, and I would say just push through, and I think it will improve.
Cool.
Dodging is easier. There's a bigger window to dodge, and then parrying is a little harder. There's a smaller window, but
Hmm.
if you parry all the attacks of the bad guy, then you get a counter attack, and sometimes
Cool.
they can be super powerful. So it's
Ah,
fun. That's
cool.
super rewarding if
So
you can
like
parry.
the dodging probably so I'm going to talk this back to you like it's education. Dodging easier, but higher risk, high reward is parry.
Yes, exactly right.
Okay,
You
cool,
got
cool,
it.
cool.
And the other thing that I would say about it is, and I like this, and I think that this would make it easier on some folks, is that autosave is very good in this game. You can save a lot of times when you get to different flags. So even when you lose a battle, it's not like you're going back to the prior chapter or the
Oh,
beginning of the chapter.
Sam, I'm a millennial gamer. I will save and then I'll save 4 more times just to make sure I saved.
But what I'm saying, yeah, so even if you lose, you're probably going to be, a few seconds away from getting right back into that battle, trying again. And
Great.
so to me, that was invigorating because I would be like, okay, I lost, but now I'm going to try this, and
Yeah.
now I know how to do this, and now I know their pattern. So it
Cool.
was less downtrodden, like, oh, I just got destroyed, and more, yeah, that uplifting, like I'm ready to go. I'm going to do it again. That's
Cool,
the way it
cool.
felt for me, and I think most people would probably feel that after they try it for a bit. Okay, and then the last thing we'll talk about are this is kind of like the gear. I guess this is probably what replaces the gear, the other gear, are
Oh,
things called Pictos and Luminas. So these are just additional little stat buff things that you can equip to your character. Okay,
okay.
so when they are they start as a Picto, and you kind of have to upgrade them. Basically, you just have to have them for 3 battles that you win equipped, and then they become a Lumina, and they don't have to be in your Picto slots, and you can just kind of use your Lumina points, which are a different currency that you have, and you can pick all the ones that you can afford and try to make a build. Okay?
I need you to know, do you know that one meme of the one woman who's looking off to the side and all that math equation starts
Is
to
that what I've done
happen?
to you right now?
100% we were talking about Pictos and Lumina, and I love that you're telling me about it right now. but I'm just kind of like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, okay. So you've got three major slots that you can put your Pictos in, but after you've used them or after you've had them long enough, then they become Illumina that is kind of like a permanent one that you can equip or not if you have enough points.
Okay.
And so maybe you have one that will increase your chance of applying a burn buff or something. And you have what's up?
I love that you said, I love that you were like, I'm going to say this gentler. You said basically the same thing, but in a more gentle tone. And I'm like, I kind of, and I'm like, wait, I kind of get it. It kind of worked.
But did it actually work better?
A little bit. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Just okay, they'll all be specific, they'll be whatever. So you make sure you have the three Pictos, and then also you once later on you can equip some Lumina. So the thing that Lumina will
Cool.
do though, here, let me just give an example
We
maybe.
got gentle parent me
Burn,
here.
burn is a big thing like a I guess, status effect that you can apply to the enemy. Okay.
Mhm.
So if you maybe you'll pick a Lumina that will say, okay, when I do a regular attack, it will apply to burn. Okay, great. So then, or sorry, when I do a free aim, it'll apply to burn. Okay, and then you pick another Lumina that says, when I attack somebody that's got the burn condition, I will get 50% extra damage on them or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe you pick another one that says something different. Anyway, but they stack like that. So then you
Okay.
would try to be like, okay, how are these ones going to work together? I'm going to do a burn build. So I'm going to look for all the ones that help me apply more burn and do more
Burn
damage with
build,
burn
baby.
and whatever else. Okay, does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. And so it gives a lot of variability and you find these pictos out in the wild. Like from so it makes exploration fun because it's like, oh cool, I've got this one. And maybe that will jive with these abilities that I have, or maybe that will work with this. So
Okay.
it makes exploration fun too because there's stuff to find. You can find currency, you can find those chroma catalysts to upgrade your weapons, you can find pictos, you can find all that stuff. So exploration was actually a lot of fun.
Okay, fun.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like exploring though. I'm never thrown off by open world ish exploring, especially because it sounds like this for a lot of the game. I feel like it kind of funnels you to the next place to go
Yeah.
to.
I think so. Okay, even though I've made you very confused and maybe made you less likely to play this game now, what what things sounded good and exciting to you that I've mentioned so far?
I'm intrigued by the gameplay.
Okay.
I am genuinely intrigued by the gameplay. I feel like it's not actually going to be that difficult, but this is one of those things. Imagine if, like our friend Adam from Crunchy Cozy Games, that if he was
Hi,
describing,
Adam.
hi Adam, if he was describing a brand new board game to us, we're smart people. We have actual doctorates. We can understand things, maybe. But you know how someone will start saying a lot of words that you've never heard used in that context before? And
Like
you're like
Picto and
Pictos and
Lumina
Lumina and
and
everything,
Free
and
Aim and
you're like, okay, you're saying words that I've heard before. What is going on? But then as soon as you start playing a one round of the board game, you're like, oh well, yeah, of course this makes sense.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. I think
So
I think that'll work mostly. I tried to just say that the Pictos are just your gear slots. Pictos and Lumina are just your gear slots
yeah, yeah,
basically.
yeah, yeah.
They're basically
So
just the gear slots.
even though my eyes were like glazing over a little bit, I think this is one of those cases that as soon as I get past the prologue and actually play through some of the game, it's going to make a lot of sense really quickly.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. I'd say everything is very standard RPG fare. I'd say the free aim is kind of different, but that's just you get to aim and there's certain situations you use it.
Yeah.
The Pictos and Luminas are just different words for special gear, and you'll try to make a special build. And then each person's own way that they act, it just makes them all unique. And so you're just going to learn about them. And it's just like, hey, their abilities and skills are just very unique in this game compared to other games where it might be like, okay, that's just my mage, but now it's like, okay, my mage does this also. So
Cool.
it's just kind of like more unique.
I think you did. Um, I think you did your best job yet convincing someone to play
Really?
this game.
Okay.
I do.
Well, you were already kind of sold on it, so but thank you for making me feel good about
I
it.
was a little sold on it before, and you also caught me at a time where I'm exhausted, and even while that, I am thinking I quickly finish the game I'm playing now so I can jump into this one as soon as possible.
Well, good. I hope you do. I think you'll like it. Yeah, once you have a moment, I think you'll really like it.
I think I will.
Um, well, cool. Let's see here. Yeah. So, what else do you want to know? Are we good? Did I do it?
You did? Did I? Did I do it? You did, Sam. I think you successfully convinced me to play this game. You had a little bit of an edge because I already purchased this game, but I have been saying for like the past 6 episodes, like, yeah, I'm gonna start playing this next, and I clearly haven't.
That's what I was trying to see. What's the rub? What's going on here? But I hopefully we got you over the hump there.
I think you did. I think you just needed to hump me.
There we
So
go.
there
Nailed
you
it.
go. You
There we did
really
it. There
nailed
we
it.
go. Okay. So to shift a big left-hand turn from that, what else are you playing right now though, DJ? Before is it going to be this game?
I can't say it yet, but I will be playing next time we meet at our next episode when I try to convince you. I will say, oh, I'm currently playing Clair Obscur. But right now, what I'm currently playing, haha, as I just finished the 10-hour demo of Trails in the Sky, and just how you had an easier time convincing me to play Clair Obscur because it's a game I want to play.
Yes.
In a couple weeks, when I try to convince you to play Trails in the Sky, I think it's going to be a fairly easy convince because you're
I
also
think it will
interested
be.
in the game. But
Yes.
yeah, I just finished the 10-hour demo of Trails in the Sky, and it's an incredibly rewarding demo. And I am about 4 hours into a 10-hour game called Long Gone Days, which is a
Hmm.
modern JRPG with quotes around the J, where you are playing
Long John
young
Silver.
Long John Silver's. No, you're playing young people like in their 20s who some of them are ex-soldiers, and it's like with guns and grenades, and it's turn-based still, but it's anti-war and it's a little haunting right now. I think it's
Wait, you're playing a war, but it's anti-war?
it's a war game, but like your characters are have just like left the military kind of a thing, and there's some like political stuff happening right now.
So they're
It's
anti-war and they're going to do more war.
no, you're twisting my words. It's kind of
Okay.
no. I think it's a game that you might actually like too. Like I'm in Russia right now, and until I picked up a member who speaks Russian, I couldn't talk to anybody, and I couldn't translate any signs because
Oh,
I don't
cool.
speak Russian.
Oh,
Like
cool.
literally, I like took a screenshot of it, and it's like not gibberish. It's actually like if you happen to speak Russian, you still have to get the party member because that's part of the story, you know. But like you could translate it. Like when I'm in Germany in this game, which I will be soon, I'll be able to translate a good portion of that with before I get my German party member because I know German.
Cool. That's a fun mechanic.
Yeah, it's interesting. I've never seen that before. So yeah, those are the only two games I'm playing, and then I'm gonna jump the hell into Clair Obscur.
That's right, you are.
What about you? What are you playing outside of
I
I guess Claire, you're not playing Claire Obscur anymore.
I
You
played it
finished
like a
that.
month ago. Yeah. Yeah. I swear I am on, I think, the last chapter
Shut
in
up.
Xenoblade X Chronicle, or yeah, Chronicles
No, you're
X
not.
Definitive Edition. I think I am. I was looking it up. I think I'm in the last chapter. And then I'm doing Bravely Default Flying Fairy. And quite honestly, I'm probably gonna play Hollow Knight 6 Silk Song.
Oh, fun.
It's on Game Pass. However, I really want to play it handheld, so I might buy it for Switch too.
Oh,
We shall
fun.
see.
There's a new Silent, non-RPG. There's a new Silent Hill game coming out, and I'm real stoked to
Ooh,
play that. So I like
play that.
the ooky spooky games.
Well, very good.
Yay! And you can catch our ooky spooky month of scary games because I think on our socials, people have kind of officially kind of
Is
told
it
us what they
official?
want. I think so. It's been up for a couple of days. So
What are we playing, DJ?
you can catch one of our reviews in October because we will be playing and reviewing the cult classic Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
I
If
am stoked
you,
for that. I'm glad
I,
they picked that.
I actually am too. I think that's cool. I thought we put out a couple of good potential spooky games, and who's to say we won't play them at some point, even if it's not Halloween season. But I'm excited to play Castlevania Symphony of the Night for maybe only the second time, I think, for me.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
in the first time for me.
And the first time for you. If you want to go vote on a game and make us not play Castlevania Symphony of the Night, I suppose you can find us on Instagram at Turn Based Besties. You can find us and listen to this podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, YouTube, and a lot of other places. Go to our socials. Let us know. What are your thoughts on Clair Obscur? Okay. You can email us comments and questions at turnbasedbesties@gmail.com. Sam, when do we put out new episodes?
Now it is Friday mornings, 8 Pacific, 10 Central.
Yeah,
Every other Friday,
basically,
basically.
basically every other Friday. We've been on a roll putting out 2 episodes a month since,
But
yeah, since the new year.
we will have generally about two dank memes on our YouTube and our Instagram every week. So
Some
that'll keep it
sweet sweet
fresh.
memes, some dank dank memes that Sam's doing a great job making some memes over at our Instagram. So, you know, just follow us. Get us over to 200. If I swear, if you're listening right now, if you get us to 250 by the end of 2025,
What are you
we
swearing?
we
I
will
don't like
take a
this.
photo of Sam without his shirt on and post it on our
It's always
Instagram.
this. I get volunteered for a lot of things that I did. Wait,
We're
was all
gonna
this
do
in the
it.
fine print of that giant contract you made me sign?
It absolutely was that you
Oh
signed with
no.
blood, actually.
And I didn't
So
read any of it, and I laughed while I was doing it. That was stupid.
I know it was really dumb. So if you want to see Naked Sam, just let us know. What a fun adventure that would be. And I just love going on adventures with you, Sam, here at Turn Based Besties.
Oh, thanks, DJ. Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
about that other stuff, but when everything in the world points right, maybe go left and see what you find. Because I'm Sam.
And I'm DJ finding Sam naked. And this has been another episode of Turn Based Besties. Bye.
Bye. What was that?